Hi, this is Greg with Lionquestfitness. Recently, I got a request for more Revolver content, in particular, Revolver tactics. So let's start from the ground up. Now, pocket carry, Mika holster, 1977 Model 36 Chief Special. And this is a gun I carry a good bit. What we're going to do some primitive tests with some of the ammo that I consider carrying, or I may carry in another firearm. All right, what we have a gallon water jug at 6 yards, and then we have a target. We're going to hit that target twice. All right, before we evaluate these tests, first off, 3 caveats. Number one, it takes hundreds of rounds of ammunition fired in the same way to really be able to say one thing or another or make any type of specific conclusion about a test. Because, the whole thing about scientific method of testing, it has to be replicated over and over again. So once again, this is just a sample. All right, number 2, plus P in old Smith & Wesson revolvers. This is a 1977 revolver. Now, this is a 36 no dash. It's my personal opinion and my personal experience that if you have a Smith & Wesson revolver that has a model number designation, that is probably going to be okay to shoot occasionally plus P ammo. You don't want to make it a regular habit. Maybe once or twice to see how it recoils, and then use it for carry. Use regular standard 38 for practice. Now, one thing I have to caution you about, look at all your plus P ammos before you put them in your firearm. I would not recommend some of the hotter plus Ps that come from companies like Underwood or Buffalo Bore. Save those for the newer revolvers. All right. Second caveat, or actually third caveat, this is sweet tea. This is the South. This is non-alcoholic. All right, let's talk about the results. First up was an Underwood 158 grain, standard pressure, semi-wad cutter, hollow point, and according to the manufacturer specifications, this one travels at 850 feet per second. Now, as far as the accuracy, the 2 yellow. Okay, second up, we have a Fiocchi 158 grain flat nose. No specifications on how fast this bullet traveled. This is going to be the green. Next up, we have Hornady Critical Defense, 110 grain, plus P hollow point. And this one, according to manufacturer's specifications, traveled at a 1,050 feet per second. And this was the red. And last but not least, this is the Remington 125 grain semi-jacketed hollow point plus P, traveling at 950 feet per second. Now this is probably going to be the round I go to. This is what I used for several years. You couldn't get it after COVID hit. This is white box. And I saved back 300 rounds. And currently that's the rounds that I'm using in many of my revolvers as a carry round. However, what do you think? What do you carry in your revolver as your carry round, especially for a 2-inch snub? And this is Greg with Lionquest Fitness.